Planning international travel or vacation in 2026 is overwhelming. There's so much to know, so many websites telling you how to do it. We went from the old days of spinning a terrestrial globe and picking a random spot to being completely paralyzed by overinformation. But it doesn't have to be that way. Why not using Gemini as your perfect travel assistant? And I'm going to show you how to do it. First thing first, this video is completely unsponsored. No one is paying me to see this or that. But as someone who is truly a die-hard Apple fan, I migrated to a Pixel last year and all the Android ecosystem for one core reason: deep AI integration. So while you can use any of these planning technique with other platform, Gemini's ability to pull from workspace app like Map, Gmail, Calendar is the powerhouse for travel in this video. Most people fail with AI because of one reason: they treat it like an old school search engine. Typing short, generic keyword, but today AI is completely conversational. Yeah, you just need to speak to it like a real person. Super easy. So let me show how this evolved for me. So last year when I was trying to figure it out where to go, I had a 2-week off in the fall. Berlin was not on my list. I opened Gemini and gave it a raw snapshot of my life. I told it hey, I'm a solo traveler, late 40s. I want to travel around these dates. I'm part of the gay community and I need a destination that is safe, welcoming, but at a great nightlife. I want an urban vibe. Maybe I can explore with no car, a good system for metro, subway, something like that. And then I layered my specific personal interests. I like tech, modern history, and museum. The rule of thumb here is very simple. The more context you provide, the better the recommendation will be. After that, Gemini fired back with 3 custom suggestions, and Berlin was one of them. From there, you don't start a new search. You just keep the conversation flowing. I fine-tune it by asking more specific local events or question about what's going on around my exact date. And Berlin clearly won at the end. It perfectly matched my vibe. So now, fast forward to this year. For my upcoming trip to this fall, because I was using Gemini across all my devices all year, it already knows a lot of my preferences. So my discovery prompt was very, very quick. I just asked based on an example, based on everything you know. My taste, my travel in the past, my history, my question, what is the best destination for me this fall? Because it retained my love of high-tech technology, retro gaming, horror movies, and everything that I've been using Gemini for, it immediately gave me Tokyo as a suggestion. No guesswork, no generic top 10 blog, it knew me. So once you and your AI copilot log that perfect destination, then it's time for the heavy lifting to start. Alright, so you locked in your destination. For me, Tokyo, Japan. Now we enter the most important section: planning, logistic, and ecosystem integration. This is where the magic really happens. Most people think AI is just for generating text or funny picture. But if you hook it up to live data, it becomes a little travel concierge. Let's start with the basics. Booking. You can ask Gemini to find flights, pull up hotel recommendation based on your exact budget, neighborhood preferences. If you already have specific hotel in mind, just drop the name and ask for a quick reality check on the pricing, location, and the pros and cons. It will provide all the details you need. But here is the absolute killer feature that completely changed how I travel: ecosystem integration. Remember, I said earlier, I used to be an Apple user and I moved to Android for one reason: And that's it. Because Gemini is natively connected to Google Apps, and it doesn't just give you a static list and leave you to do all the paperwork. Once you book your flight and your hotel, you can just ask Gemini to scan your Gmail, retrieve all your confirmation code, detail, and it will organize them into a clean summary, move them into your calendar, move them into your Google Keep note. No more digging through your inbox at the airport. So it's super convenient and super useful. Also, an example how great Gemini is, last year when I was planning my trip to Berlin, Gemini flagged my date, overlapped perfectly with October 3rd, German Unification Day. And honestly, I have no idea that was a national holiday, because how can you search something that you don't know? So it provided me information and I was able to figure it out more stuff to do around that date. So for Tokyo, because it's this fall, I've been doing the same thing, and I know it's going to be after Silver Week, so I'll be able to plan a little bit more like my visit for the market, the temple, everything I've been there. So that's another plus on how to use AI. But let's be real for a second. When you start asking questions or about events, activities, the AI is going to give you a lot of information. But remember this, you are the boss. You pull the things that you like and you toss the rest. That's it. The AI is there to provide you just information. And once you have your personal shortlist of must-see spot, you hit the AI again. And this time it's very important because for me, Tokyo is massive. I don't want to spend days traveling by train from one destination to the other and coming back all the way around, all around my vacation. So what you just need to do is very simple. You can just ask the AI to group these spots by neighborhood or create a logical daily flow so I'm not running all over the city. And boom, instantly cluster your activity by proximity or by activity type or by neighborhood. And with Google extension, you can after that take all these information and save them directly into Google Maps as a list. Ecosystem integration. And now for the final section. It's all about transitioning from knowing where you're going to understanding where you're going. That's a big question because like every country have its own unwritten rules, transit quirk, sometimes cultural norms, and you may be thinking of, oh, let's buy those guides or let's watch a lot of those YouTube videos like 10 tips for new traveler, 5 tips of this, of that. There's a lot you can do, but you can also very quickly use Gemini to build a custom travel cheat sheet in one click, almost. For me, for Tokyo, it flags practical things like, an example, the cash carrying etiquette, the train manner, or how to navigate the luggage forward services directly to my hotel. So Gemini provided me a lot of information based on an example. It can also help you to build a packing list based on your weather forecast, like when you're gonna do, how long you're gonna be there, and your destination. And that's pretty much my initial workflow. We went from not knowing where to go. So we use Gemini in this case to try to figure it out based on our interests, needs, date, desire, a perfect destination. And after that, that's only the beginning. So as you know, this fall I'm heading to Tokyo, Japan for the first time, and I'm gonna be bringing you with me along the entire journey. I'll be vlogging the whole trip, but more importantly, I'm going to put this AI planning to the test. And I'm gonna try to see how technology and AI can help us in our vacation, like during every single step of the way. So you'll be able to see that with me through all these videos. So if you like this type of content, or if you like this video, feel free to click the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming video from this trip or any other vlog about technologies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.